Zealand Championship. Quality field of Yamaha lights lining up. We go on board with Paul Ross off the start to turn 1, right in the midfield from grid 15, into the back of Wellington's Simon McLennan, and that's the end of the on-board camera for this race, at least by the looks of it. Just shows you how busy it is, and amongst this very, very competitive field. So the field streams through turn number 3, through the infield for the first lap of 25. All of the drivers aware that $1,000 is online for the win in the final for Yamaha lights, sponsored by Lasker Motorsport. Keep an eye on Mitchell Cunningham. He's going to start all the way back from grid number 12 of 13. It's Carl Wilson makes the pass for the lead on Matthew Wooding. The battle continues from the New Zealand Championships. Matt Wooding obviously with the number 1 plate. Carl Wilson finished second to him in the 96. Tony Chambers back there in third. Was the top qualifier from the first day. Struggled a little bit on the second day of action. But due to the good results yesterday, starts pretty much near the front for the final of Yamaha lights. Now it's Carl Wilson, Matthew Wooding, Tony Chambers. Scott Downs down the inside of Chambers. Zach Saloon trying to follow him through in the red speed car. Chambers comes back on the inside of turn 2 on Downs. Picks up the third position again. Downs back up the inside at 3. Giving each other racing room, and Downs completes the pass. The leading two have just started breaking away from this chasing group. Headed by Nelson Scott Downs. Chambers in behind. Hawke's Bay youngsters Zach Saloon. Cody McMasters. Matt Wooding pulls out of the draft, under brakes into 1. He's going to pick up the lead. First sight there of Mitch Cunningham back in about the 7th position, so he's made some big gains in the opening laps. Cody McMasters just signalling there to Zach Saloon, follow me, let's get this next group up ahead of us. No point in fighting, tying each other up and losing track time. As Matt Wooding gets out into the lead again, picking up the left rear wheel. Lots of traction, lots of grip out there on this Hawke's Bay Kart Club track surface. All of these karts lapping in the 32, 33 second range. It's pretty quick for 680 odd metres. Wilson, quick look over his shoulder to see the gap back to third. And it is Downs now, maintaining that third spot. Whoa, problems here for the Ford, James Stead. Racing out of Auckland, but racing for the Taranaki Kart Club. Mitchell Cunningham drops a wheel off. He is by far and away the biggest mover. Just in the last couple of laps, he's dispensed with Scott Downs, Tony Chambers and Zach Saloon. So he's moved up inside the top 3 all the way from grid number 12. Down out of the pit turn, Downs just carrying some damage to the left front of the nose cone of the Monaco chassis number 22. Just showing the diversity of the different chassis brands available on the New Zealand kart sport market. Another aspect that's come out of this weekend with this very, very competitive Yamaha lights class is that the top 27 karts in qualifying were covered by just 1 second. So you really have to be on your game with setup, tuning your engines, and obviously driving. As Zach Saloon picks up a nice pass on Tony Chambers. Hawke's Bay youngster impressing many here at his home track, ZM Raceway. Nelson Scott Downs running 4th in behind Mitchell Cunningham. He's starting to get away from him now, and there's a big gap to the leaders. Matt Wooding with a handy lead over Carl Wilson. Over the halfway point, you can see that gap. Matt Wooding's got back to Carl Wilson. Wooding in the Waikato Toyota number 1 NZ Arrow chassis. Matthew Kinsman, the current New Zealand junior champ, making one of his first runs in seniors. Another pass there from the 91. That's Matthew Penrose from Christchurch, former New Zealand junior champ. So many good young juniors moving up into the senior ranks. Another very good former junior on his last lap now. Quick look over his shoulder. Wilson's got nothing for him. The current national champion takes out the $1,000 win and the Yamaha light title at the 40th anniversary Blossom meeting. Wooding with the win ahead of Wellington's Carl Wilson. Mitchell Cunningham, one of the drives of the race, all the way from grid number 12 to make up the top 3.
That
was a long 25 laps. You got away from Carl, but the kart just looked like it started gripping up towards the end. You guys were fretting about setup changes.
Yeah, I think the short hubs did it in the end. About the 10th lap was pretty much where I was quickest, and yeah, the kart slowly went off after that and got a bit of a hop on through the infield. But other than that, yeah, superb.